Hey everybody, Rich from Elk Endeavors here. Hey, today I wanted to talk about part two of Just Get Going. And so before I do that, I'd love for you to, as I'm thinking, as I'm working through this commentary, please think about where you'd like to comment. Drop me a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get notifications for when I put out new videos, which is every day. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get started. So yesterday when I was talking, I actually did two videos yesterday, and my phone was full, and the one video wouldn't transfer over to where it needed to transfer, and at any rate, I had to do another one. So the nice part about that was that I really got to flesh out this idea that I had yesterday in the first video that I did not publish. And that idea was, when we talk about just getting started, the idea is that I worked with a cliff, right? Now, I'm not a mountain climber, but I had started like talking about bicycling, and climbing mountains on a bicycle, and I don't think people really get that, unless they're cyclists. But everyone can relate to what mountain climbing is, like climbing a cliff. They've at least seen it, right? I've never done it, but I've seen it, certainly. And one of the things that I've also found is that while I have never climbed a cliff, and I really don't want to do that, I'm not interested in getting into rock climbing. I have done a lot of hiking on really, really horrifying terrain. So if you've ever been to Angel's Landing in Zion National Park in Utah, there's a place called Angel's Landing, and it looks like a mountain. Well, it is a mountain, but it's got to be like 6 feet wide, and you're 2,000 feet up, but it's 6 feet wide, and you're walking, and there's a chain, and it's just you and this chain holding you, and you're trying to get to this. It's beautiful. The end result is so gorgeous. But it's horrifying getting there. And then what's more horrifying is getting back down, because you have to walk down. And what you find is, when you've walked up and really struggled to get somewhere like that, and then you have to get back down, your legs are so tired. Like, it's really hard to go down. It's a lot more tiring to go downhill than it is to go uphill. And I found that as a runner. Certainly not as a cyclist. Once you get up the hill, then you just like coast down. But, as a runner, as a hiker, going down is a lot more difficult, and it's a lot more taxing on your muscles than when you're going up. So, at any rate, thinking about rock climbing, if you're wanting to get into rock climbing, you just have to start, right? You have to you just have to take that one step and put your one hand up and pull yourself up, and then you're 5 feet in the air, and then you do it again and you're 10 feet in the air. And at that point, you can still quit, right? You can still just say, you know what, I'm not doing this. And you can never visit it again, and that's all fine, right? And you can even do it at like 20 feet, right? You can go up and 20 feet, and you're like, looking around, and I don't know if I like this, and go back down. And once you get to about like 30 feet, and this is all my imagination, but once you get to about 30 feet, this is what I'm imagining. I imagine that once you get to 30 feet, you're sort of like committed, right? There's no, like, if you're wanting to quit, you're looking down and you're like, I have to get back down there, and it looks really hard, even though like going up is like really, really far. At least you're still going up, and you're not having to look down. And so one of the things I was thinking about as I wrote today was that the the way your body is physically on the mountain. Like, so let's say you get up to 100 feet, right? And you're 100 feet in the air, and and you get scared, and you're like, okay, I got to figure out if I want to quit or if I want to keep going. At that point, I would argue, and again, I've never done it, but I would argue that it would be much more difficult and much more dangerous to quit, right? Because let's say if you're 100 feet in the air and you have 900 feet to go, let's say it's a 1,000-foot cliff, 900 feet to go, 100 feet in the air, but you have to, in order to quit, you have to get back down the 100 feet, right? So that, when you think about it, like physically, like what your physical body looks like on the side of the mountain, right? Is when if you're trying to get down, you have to look down, find your feet, depend on your feet to feel out a proper place to put itself, right? And you're looking from 6 feet. Like if I'm 5'10", so I'm looking down, and I'm basically 6 feet from my foot. And then I'm reaching down with my foot looking for a place. So I'm reaching 8 feet away from my eyes. So that's really, and then you have to do that for 100 feet down. And you've in your peripheral, you're constantly seeing the ground, like what the end result could be if you make a misstep, right? Whereas if you are going up and you continue to go up and you decide, like, you know what, I'm just going to do it, then your eyes are with your hands. Your hands are never like more than 2 feet away from your actual eyes. And your hands they're the ones that's what's supposed to be gripping stuff, right? Your feet aren't supposed to be gripping anything. They've got shoes on. Your hands are bare and they've got chalk on. So you're a lot more, in my mind, you're a lot more stable, and it's a lot less dangerous to go up and continue to go up than it is to go down. Okay. Now, I mean, obviously you're probably, if you're not free climbing, you've got, ropes tied to you, and if you fell, you'd be okay. But my point is that, you've got this, like, this it's easier to go forward. Like once you get a little momentum, it's easier, it's less dangerous to continue up the hill, up the mountain, up the cliff, than it is to try to get down. Because getting down, you're looking at your past, right? You're focusing on your past. You're looking at your feet, which aren't as dexterous as your hands. You're 8 feet away from your feet as opposed to 6 feet away. I mean, 2 feet away, because you're reaching with your foot. And you don't know where you don't know what things are down there. You don't know where you're going. Whereas with if you keep going up, you're looking directly at, okay, here's something I can grip. Okay, and I'm going to pull myself up and grip that, and then I'm going to take my other hand, which I can't use because I got it. I'm holding my camera. But like that, you're just going to keep going up and up. And so that's what I wanted to talk about, is sort of like once you get started, it's really, really difficult it's really difficult to quit. And for me, like I've talked about several times, like it's impossible for me to quit now. Like things are set in motion, really good things, right? Like really good, like traffic is running and I'm running an offer and things are happening. But like, so it's like impossible for me. If I just said, you know what, I quit, I'm not gonna like not accept the sales and the money that comes in from my sales, like that. It's impossible for me to quit, right? And so I just keep going, and I love it. Plus I love it, right? So I'm passionate about it, as you can hopefully tell. So if I'm really excited about something, I'm going to continue doing it. And that's what I wanted to get through today, is that you just have to get going. Once you get going on your one platform, you just go and just keep running and keep getting better at it, because no one's watching at the beginning. No one's watching, and that's okay. It gives you a chance to find your voice and find your personality on camera or in writing. For me, it's been both. And you just keep at it. So that's what I wanted to talk to you today. I hope I hope this was helpful. I hope you got a lot out of this, as always. I'm always hoping that you get a lot out of these videos. Please let me know if you do. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know how things are going, and I'd love to hear from you in a reply, or a comment, I should say. And yeah, we'll talk to you again tomorrow. I'm actually going to do my tomorrow's video right now, because I'm not going to be around tomorrow. Have a great day.